Hi, my name is Jamie Wayne Schmatzer. I'm an instructor for the Old World Alliance, and about 6 weeks ago I started making fire cider. I have a video making fire cider part 1 on how I did that. These are the exact same jars, and today we're going to strain them. I'm going to show a few tips on how to do that, at least show you the way that I do it. And then I'm going to add honey and bottle them up, and it'll be ready to go. So stay tuned. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to undo one of these. These are really cool silicone caps. You can see that. The orange part on the inside comes out when you go to wash it, right? So anyway, I only use these for fire cider. It is going to perpetually smell like fire cider. Let me get a paper towel here. So what I'm going to do, wow, that smells pretty potent. What I'm going to do is grab some cheesecloth and a pair of scissors, and I'm going to show you the method that I use. Let's see here, I'm going to grab maybe about that much and just cut it. Alright, so we got our cheesecloth. Now what I'm going to do is fold this over at least once. That looks about right. And what I'm going to do is put this directly over the jar. And then I'm going to go with your typical mason jar band and put that over it. And that's going to hold it in place. There we go. So we got that nice and tight. Now what I'm going to need to do is poke some holes in here. So I'm just going to snip a couple different places. There we go. All right. So I can't really show, well, anyway, there's 3 little snips there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a Pyrex measuring cup, and I'm going to put this over it, just like so. And basically, I'm just going to dump that over like this. All right. Let's get these out of the way for now. Okay. So we've got this. It's just chilling out. Now occasionally, I'll just go like that, and you can see how it's coming out. So a little bit of adjustment now and then is helpful. And that's normal, maybe, depending. There we go. What I'm going to do is once the liquid gets high enough, I'm going to transfer it into another measuring cup to give me room. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up, and there we go. It usually takes a little while for it to all get out. I try to strain as much out as I can, but also you could just walk away and let gravity do the job. But I think what I need to do is make the holes just a little bigger. There we go. Cut them a little bigger. And now let's see if that comes out any better. All right, you've got the idea. Okay, so we're looking pretty good here. What I'm going to do is pour this into there. There we go. And I'm just going to set this off to the side to let gravity continue doing its thing, for the moment anyway. And what I'm going to do is, this is just an old vinegar bottle, holds a gallon. And so what I'm going to do is pour this into here. And what I'm going to do is use this nifty gadget. It's pretty cool. There's a little strainer inside of this funnel, and it's going to further get any particles that made it through the cheesecloth. It's going to further strain that out. So I'm going to put that up here, and hopefully I don't make a mess. It's been known to happen. It's slowing down because the holes that are straining stuff are getting clogged. So right now it's clogged, which means that I need to get a fork. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with a fork, and you'll be able to hear this, I hope. There we go. This happens every time. Okay, so we've got that out. Let's see, how'd we do? Up to there? Well, all right, so I'm going to set this off to the side and start getting another jar going, because we need to get this thing all filled up. So, be back in a moment. Okay, so there's still more in here, but we're going to start with the next one. Wow, it always smells. So we're going to use the same cheesecloth, the same band. So just take it off of this one, put it over onto this one. Wow, and we're not done with this. We're going to get more out of it. We'll just get that a little bit later. So, all right, so let's dump this one. And as soon as this gets close to the bottom of the strainer, I've got this one ready to go here. Alright, and while that's doing that, bring this bad boy back up here. It can take a while when you're making this much. These are 3 half-gallon jars. But you want to try to get as much out of it as you can. You don't want to waste it. You know, shake something every day, every couple days for 6 weeks. You know, you want to get as much out of it as you can. So basically, while this is doing its thing, what I'm going to do after I get it all into the big bottle is I've got honey. This is raw honey, and I'm going to pour that into here, shake everything up real good, and then I'm going to bottle it into the original apple cider vinegar bottles, and hopefully I will get a full 3 bottles back. I'm hoping. That's what normally happens. And it's okay if some of these particles get through. I'm trying to get as much out as I can, but invariably there's going to be some sediment at the bottom of the final jar, and that's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything. And I'm gonna let each one of these drip for, I don't know, maybe half an hour or something like that. I'll do that off camera and come back in a little bit. Okay, well, I'm back, and what I'm going to do now is start adding the honey. Now, I'm going to take that strainer out of here, and I'm going to set that to the side, and then start adding honey. Now, in the Fire Cider book that I was a part of, I mentioned how one time I made fire cider, I did a whole shot glass of it without adding honey first. And the most tragic thing happened. It all came up through my nose, all over the kitchen floor. It was horrible. And ever since then, I make sure to always add honey. You do what you want. This is what I do. Now, of course, being honey, this is going to take a long time. And so I'm just going to put a little bit in there. I'm going to try some honey. Yep, that's good. And I'm just going to let gravity do its thing here. It's going to take a little while to get all the honey through, but it will be worth it, and I won't be snorting it up through my nose. Yeah, that was that was bad news. So this is doing its thing. And add a little bit more. Fill this bad boy up. And I can just walk away. Have some more honey for myself. Hey, this is for me. I'm allowed to. I wouldn't do this if I was making it for you. Well, yeah, I probably would. But I can do this. This is for me and my wife. Okay. So that's going to take some time to get all the honey in here, and we will be back. Okay, so now I've got all the honey in here. I rinsed the strainer There's still honey on the inside of the funnel, but that's okay. So I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to put the cap on here and shake this up a little bit. And I'm going to start pouring this in. Now you see, if I just lift this up, it'll shoot down real fast. I don't know if you could tell. We're almost done with the first bottle. And there is a bottle of Fire Cider. Usually the 3 half-gallons of the 3 half-gallon mason jars give me about 3 of these bottles back, because I'm going to lose some, but I'm adding honey, so I kind of get the volume back with the honey. Okay, so we've got 3 bottles, and there's a little bit left over, and I will just use that. So, well, maybe I can get some more in here. Put a little bit more in there. Fill it up all the way. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right, well, I guess that concludes today's lesson, or demonstration rather, showing you how to strain the Fire Cider after 6 weeks, the adding of the honey, the bottling it up. I'm going to rinse these bottles off. And basically how this is going to work is I'm going to keep 1 bottle for myself. I'm going to give 1 bottle to my wife. And the 3rd one goes to a campground friend of mine named Juan, because he wants some Fire Cider. Anyway, so in the next scene, I'm going to have a shot from here. I think that seems like a good idea, doesn't it? So I'll be right back in a moment with a shot glass, and I'm going to do me a shot of Fire Cider. All right, we're back. I'm going to pour a good old shot of Fire Cider all the way up to the top. Put the cap back on here. Now before I go, thanks for watching. Thanks for waiting 6 weeks to finally see part 2 of the Fire Cider making video. And you know, I've got a Facebook group. If you go to Facebook and you do a search for JW Apothecary, you will find my discussion group. If you'd like to join that discussion group, feel free. I'll have a link underneath this video. If you'd like to click on that, you can go straight to my Facebook discussion group. Also, there'll be a link to my Instagram, which is JW_apothecary. Check that out. I'm also on YouTube now. I've only put up just a few videos, but I'm going to put some content over on YouTube as well. So if you like what you're seeing on the Old World Alliance website, I'm going to have some different content or additional content over on YouTube. And there it's JW Apothecary. I'll have a link underneath. Also, if you know people that are into this sort of thing, whether it be the herbs, whether it be any of the other things that other instructors are doing on the Old World Alliance, you know, you can tell them. Just go to jointheowa.com and that'll take them right to where they can sign up. Jointheowa.com. Or maybe they're not interested in that, but maybe they would like to sign up for the free reference library. The website for that is freeowalibrary.com. freeowalibrary.com. And finally, maybe somebody might just want to join the lodge, and that would be great too. The website for that is owalodge.com, and that will take them to the Facebook Lodge. And I'll have links underneath for all of that. So, salud. Whew. That's the first time I've tried this batch. I used different peppers this time. This has got some kick to it. Jamie Burley, you probably would not like this.